What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gray Rabbit Finance. I'm your host Tyler, and today I'm going to be updating the Ichimoku technical analysis for all the major Forex pairs for the week of January 21st to the 26th, 2024. Let's hop in. Okay guys, we're going to start here on AUDCAD on the weekly. And for anyone new, the orange flags are ranging pairs, ranging markets, which I'm most likely not going to be trading this week. The pink flags are the really special pairs that I'm going to be actively looking to trade, and the blue flags are ones that I'm also looking to trade, but I'm waiting for the conditions to arise on the lower time frames. So take note of the pink and blue and leave the orange behind. And now guys, this one's marked orange, so we had a nice retracement back up to this Senko span A, and we got resisted there, and now we've come back down and we've gotten resisted here on the Kijinsen. And so when I turn my drawings on, I'm expecting to get an N wave back up to retest Senko span B, which is the thick white line. Now, if we look on the daily chart, you can see that right now the candles are in the Kumo cloud, and so that's why I have this one marked as ranging, and I try to avoid trading when price is in the Kumo cloud. So guys, most likely I will not be trading this pair this week. Okay guys, AUD Swiss franc on the weekly. So just overall, if I look here, I see that we've had a double bottom recently, and now we have a higher low here. So I'm expecting price to go back up in this direction to retest this resistance level here at the 0.58608 level. And now if I turn on my chart on the daily, this is the daily chart, you can see that on this Ganfan, we've gotten support here on the 5 to 1. On the 8 to 1 angle, and so I'm expecting price to come back up and test the top of this range. But overall guys, price is about to head back into the Kumo cloud, and so I most likely will not be trading this pair this week. Okay, AUD Japanese yen on the weekly. Now guys, this is marked pink. I'm expecting to break out this week of these resistance levels. So the first level to watch is going to be 97.8, and the next one's going to be 98.588. And so right now guys, we have a nice bullish Kumo cloud structure. We have Senko span A pointing up, we have Senko span B flat, and we have the Kijinsen pointing up and the Tenkan-sen flat. So once we get a candle to close above these resistance levels, all the lines are going to be pointing up, and that's going to indicate that we are now trending on the weekly chart. And so let's take a look at the daily chart to get some more detail. And now guys, on the daily, hold on, let me just zoom out a little bit. So we've had a nice touch on this trend line here, right? This looks like a little cup and handle. And so I'm expecting price, since we got a nice retracement back down to these levels and we got supported here, I'm expecting price to break out, and I'm expecting price to reach up to this next resistance level at the 102.846 level. And so guys, this week I'm going to be looking on the lower time frames like this here. We have on the 4-hour chart right now, you have the we're trending right now on the 4-hour, so we got Tenkan-sen, Kijinsen up, Senko span A and B up. Now this Kumo cloud is still just a little bit too small, but once we start to break this resistance level and close above, and then we break this one, we're going to have a really strong trend forming. So keep an eye on that guys. We're going to need to confirm the lower time frames, but this is going to be a good pair this week to trade. Okay, AUD US dollar on the weekly. Now guys, so far you can see that we've gotten a gold cross here. We have the Chico span just below the candles, looking like it's about to come above, and we had price break out of the Kumo cloud. But look, if you notice that we haven't gotten the bullish Kumo cloud twist yet, and so we're going to need to have price get supported here on this Kijinsen like it is right now, and continue back up outside of the cloud again. And once we get that, we're going to get a Kumo cloud twist. But if we look on the daily chart, you can see that we already have a very nice trend here. So we had 3 out of the 3 Senyoku Kyoten signals. We had the gold cross, the Chico span come above the candles, and then we had price break out of the Kumo cloud. And so right now we have a nice structure here, but we do have a death cross here, right? So what we need to watch for is, I'm expecting this to be an N wave back up to this level here. And so once we confirm on the lower time frames that we're trending, we can look to enter a trade because it looks like price has gotten supported here on the Senko span A, and we're going to at least retest this resistance level here at 0.68949. But I'm expecting us to get at least a 1-to-1 move here and reach the 0.69862 level. And so we're going to need, so right now this is the 4-hour chart, right? We've had the retracement back and price is below the Kumo. So we're going to need the Senyoku Koten signals to start forming on the lower time frames. And once we get the lower time frames confirmed, we can look to enter a trade and target these levels. So yeah, guys, keep an eye on this one over the next couple weeks, and that's why I have it marked blue. Okay, CAD Swiss franc. Now guys, we've gotten a retracement back down, back up to this level here, right? So I'm expecting price to retest this level like it is now. And I'm expecting price to get resisted and come back down. And so if we look at the daily time frame, you can see that price has retraced all the way back to the Senko span A, and we were starting to get resisted here. So the candles are getting smaller, right? We've reached back up to these levels here, right? So this used to be the support, it was broken, and now we're retesting it as a resistance level. And so I'm expecting this to be an N wave back down, and I'm going to be targeting this level down here, the 1.272 Fibonacci extension, and that's 0.62071 level. And so once we confirm this trend line get broken and we confirm the Ichimoku's trending on the lower time frames, this could be a really good one to trade over the next couple weeks. So keep an eye on that. CAD Swiss franc. Okay, CAD Japanese yen on the weekly. Now guys, we've had a nice long consolidation period here. We had price come back down and get supported here on Senko span B. And we have a bullish Kumo cloud structure forming. Now, we're going to need to, let me turn this drawings on. So we're going to need to break this resistance level at 111.171. And so I'm expecting to break that on an N wave up. And I'm expecting to target this area here at the 1 Fibonacci extension level, which is 119.650. And so guys, let's look on the daily. So on the daily, you can see that we now have 3 out of the 3 Senyoku Koten signals. So we have the gold cross, the Chikou span above the candles, and we've had price break the Kumo cloud, Senko span B. And so right now we're getting a bullish Kumo cloud twist. This is still a little bit too small to confirm the trend, and I'm expecting a little bit of a retracement first before we break this resistance level. But I'm going to be looking to confirm on the lower time frames first, and I think that this one's going to be a really good pair to trade over the next week or so. And so that's why I have it marked as pink. We've had a nice long consolidation, and I think price is ready to reach these levels. So keep an eye on that, guys. CAD Japanese yen. Okay, Swiss franc Japanese yen on the weekly. Now guys, I'm not going to say too much about this pair. I do expect price to be retracing, and I have it marked as a ranging pair this week. And if we look at the daily chart, you can see that right now we have a double top here, and so that's why I'm expecting price to be coming back down to this Kijinsen here, which is flat. And if I measure that from current price to down there, that's about 344 pips. So, you know, sometimes we can trade these retracements, but it just depends on how it looks on the lower time frames. So if I see anything different over the next weeks, I'm going to update this pair. But right now I'm just expecting this to be ranging this week, and so I most likely will not be trading it. Okay, Euro AUD on the weekly. Now guys, I have this marked as blue. I'm waiting for the lower time frames to confirm the trend. But I'm expecting, when I turn my drawings back on, to get an N wave back down in the bearish direction. And so you can see we've had a death cross. We have Chikou span below the candles. And so I'm expecting price to eventually try and break through the Kumo cloud again. And so if we go to the daily time frame, let me just fit this to the screen. Now let me turn my drawings back on. So guys, we had this major trend line here, like this, right? Well, let me zoom out a little bit. So that, we've broken back down. We've come back up to retest. We've gotten resisted here on this Ganfan at the, let me see what angle that was, at the 3-to-1. Okay, you see that nice long wick. Now, I'm expecting price to continue down on this N wave, and we're going to target this middle angle here on the Ganfan and this is going to be at the 1 Fibonacci extension level, and that's 1.60023. So let's keep an eye on the lower time frames because they're all bullish right now. So we're going to need, the Senyoku Gyakoten bearish trend signals to confirm on the lower time frames. And once we get that over the next week or so, this could be a really good pair to trade. So keep your eyes out for this Euro AUD, and this is our target down here. Okay guys, Euro Japanese yen on the weekly. So you can see right now guys that we just got a death cross here. So we have a death cross. Now if we look on the daily chart, you can see that price just broke through the Kumo cloud, but overall this is just a ranging market, so I'm not going to be looking to trade this one this week. Okay guys, EURCAD on the weekly. Now let me turn my drawings on. So as you can see guys, price is right now just hovering above the Senko span A. Now if we look at the daily chart, you can see that price is breaking through the Kumo cloud right now, and so I'm expecting price to head on a bearish wave down to this lower fan of the Ganfan, and this is going to be my target, but we're going to be needing to wait for the lower time frames to confirm. And right now from the current price down to these levels is about 226 pips, so I'm going to wait for the lower time frames. But you can see too, here's the 4-hour chart, that we've had a nice really long consolidation, and so I'm expecting price to keep coming down in this direction. And you can see that we're already starting to break through the cloud, but we don't have a bearish cloud twist yet, so we're going to need to wait for that to confirm the move down. So I'm going to be looking for that over the next couple weeks, and that's why I have this marked as blue. So yeah guys, keep an eye on the lower time frames for this pair, and I'm going to have a bearish bias, and the first target is going to be right here at this Ganfan, or this 1-to-1 move, which is 1.43842 level. Okay guys, Euro Swiss franc on the weekly. Overall we have a nice bearish trend down. Now we broke this support level here, and now we have a nice retest happening right now back at the Kijun-sen. So the Kijun-sen's flat, but you see we're getting this little doji spinning top candle here. And so this, usually when we see a doji, it means a reversal in price action. Let me see if I can find a good example of that. Hold on guys, 1 second. Let's see if I find a good one here. Where are you, doji? Give me a doji. Here's one. There's a little doji. See? Has 2 long wicks and just like a little thin body. There's one. Here's one here. Here's a doji. So price moved back up after. Here's a doji, right? So price was going up. There's a doji. So guys, just remember that doji is probably one of the most important candlesticks to know. That and inside bars. So remember that. Look, here's an inside bar. So there's a long bearish bar here, candlestick, and then this little tiny candle closed inside of this. So that's an inside bar, and usually that means that price is going to reverse in the opposite direction. So we have a little doji. Now that's what's, that plus the shape. This is a nice Kumo cloud structure. And we have the my gray rabbit Gan line here, which is showing us that this is bearish also. So it's orange. So guys, if you're interested in that, I'm going to be releasing that later this year. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is all my own like proprietary scripts. And so keep an eye on that. But yeah, guys. And I just want to thank everybody too. Even if you're new to the channel or you've been following along, I really appreciate all the likes and subscribes. It really helps me and my family. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate everyone supporting the channel. And so let's keep going to the daily chart. Now, here, guys, look, let me just clean it up quick. So we had a retracement back up. Now we're losing steam, right? The candles are getting smaller. And then also, this is my... So these candles are starting to turn yellow, right? Now this is another script that I wrote, and this is called the Gray Rabbit Slingshot strategy. Now this is what I've been trading recently, and I've been working on developing it, and I'm almost ready to release it to you guys. But I'm still fine-tuning it just a little bit. But this is also another script that I'm going to have available, so keep your eyes out for that this year. And excuse me, guys, I'm losing my voice a little bit today, so bear with me. So I'm expecting price to form an N wave and come back down on this Fibonacci extension here. And so my target's going to be down at this 1.272 level. on the Fibonacci extension, and that's 0.91868. And right now, from the current price level, that's about 271 pips. So guys, this is marked pink. I'm expecting this to be a really good one this week, but as you can see, since we retraced, the 4-hour chart is bullish, right? So we're going to need to wait for the Sanyoku Gyokuten signals, but we're starting to hit resistance on this Gann fan. So you take a look at that. So we're hitting resistance, and now if we can break back below through this Kumo, we're going to be trending back in the opposite direction. And guys, remember, we always want to stick with the direction of the major chart, like of the bigger charts. So like the weekly chart is more powerful than the daily chart, and the daily chart is more powerful than the 4-hour chart. So I like to think of them as like ships, right? So the monthly ship is like a giant cargo ship, and then the daily ship is like the daily chart is like a yacht, right? And then the 1-hour chart is like a little tiny boat for going in the bay, you know? So like think about that. These charts all have certain amounts of power defined by their trends, and the trends on the major time frames, like the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, are going to be much stronger than the trends on the lower time frames. But if we know that the trend is bearish on the weekly and the daily, and we can confirm on the lower time frames after these retracements, like I was telling you about, then we can get a good entry into the market. So just something to think about, guys. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. Euro, Swiss franc. Okay, guys, we got Euro, British pound on the weekly. Now, I got a signal the last couple weeks, and I entered a trade on this pair. So I'm still currently holding that trade. And guys, I always post the trades onto the YouTube community. So if you want to look at the entry and the stop loss for that, feel free to look on there. But yeah, I'm going to be holding this. I'm holding this trade until I reach one of these target levels. So I'm targeting down here at this one Fibonacci extension level. And so overall, look, we have a nice bearish Kumo cloud. We have Senko span A down. We have the gray rabbit Gann line showing that it's bearish. And so I'm expecting this to be an N wave down. And if we go to the daily chart, you can see that we have a nice Kumo cloud also forming. But right now, price is below the Tenkan-sen, but the Kijun-sen, the Senko span A and B are all flat. And so we need to break this support level here, which is, let me just move this line. So we need to break the 0.85492 level, and then that's going to confirm this move down. So I'm going to be targeting down at this this other support level here, which is the 0.84928 level. And so right now, let's see, from current price down to that level is about 84 pips. And I entered the trade up on, let's see, where did I enter? On this pink candle, pretty much, like up around these levels up here. So I've been holding it now for the past week or so, and I'm still just patiently waiting to hit these targets down here. And I'm expecting to hit the target this week. So that's going to be my plan. You know, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this because I have an active trade, like I mentioned. But if we look too on the 4-hour chart, we still have a nice downtrend here. So we just had a brief retracement. So I'm waiting for price to keep continuing down. But yeah, this is my target at the 1 Fibonacci extension. And so this is marked pink, guys. So keep an eye on this pair. I'm expecting the pair to be bearish trending still. So keep an eye on that. Okay, Euro US dollar on the weekly. Excuse me, guys. So we have a nice support here on the Senko span A. Now this is still a little bit of a weird kind of Kumo cloud twist. So this is not really too strong yet, but if we look at the daily time frame, you can see that we had all the Sanyoku Koten signals, the gold cross, Chico span above the candles. We broke the Kumo cloud, and we have a nice N wave up, right? And so right now the candles are starting to light up. So that means that we've had a nice retracement. And so I have this marked blue because I'm going to be looking for the lower time frames to start trending in the bullish direction. So guys, like we said, the daily time frame is in a bullish trend, and so we're going to wait for the time frames on the lower time frames, the 4 and the 1 hour, to start trending back in that direction, and that's going to give us a good idea of when to enter. And so I have this marked as blue, and I'm expecting that to happen over the next week or so. So this could be a really good one, Euro US dollar. And now I'm turning my drawings on. So look, we've had a nice support on this trend line here, and I'm expecting this N wave to go up, right? And so if we get that N wave up, I'm going to be targeting 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension at the 1.12929 level. And right now, from current price levels, that's about 376 pips. So quite a lot of room to run. And once we confirm this, we had a nice retracement here back down to the 0.618. So that shows me that we still have a good trend intact. That was a nice retracement. And usually, you can look for price to start reversing around the 0.5 and 0.618. And that's showing me that we still have a healthy trend. So guys, if you want to learn more about that, I have a video called it's all about Fibonacci extensions and retracements. I'm going to put it at the end of this, and feel free to watch that because I think it will be really helpful for learning more about that. But yeah, guys, this is Mark Blue, Euro US dollar. Keep an eye on that one. Pound AUD on the weekly. I'm not going to say much about this, guys. I have this marked as a ranging pair, and so I'm expecting price to reverse back down into the Kumo cloud. And if we look on the daily too, you can see that we have the Chico span just overlapping the candles, and we're kind of just in this consolidation range right now. And we do have a bullish Kumo cloud forming, but it's really small, and I'm just expecting price to be retracing back down into it this week. So most likely I will not be trading this pair. Okay guys, British pound, Swiss franc on the weekly. Price is in the Kumo cloud. We have no trend right now in this market on the weekly, and we also have price now in the daily chart in the Kumo cloud as well. So I'm not going to be looking to trade this as it's just ranging this week, and so that's why I have it marked orange. So yeah guys, most likely I won't be trading this pair. Okay, British pound CAD on the weekly. Now I have this marked blue. I'm expecting price to break out soon. And so here, if I turn my drawings on, I'm expecting this to be an N wave up, and I'm going to be targeting this one Fibonacci extension level at the 1.76771. And now if we look, so basically what happened, guys, we have, we're getting support here on Senko span A, and so that looks pretty healthy. We have a nice, we have a pretty thick Kumo cloud here, so this shows me there's a lot of support on this area. And now if we look on the daily time frame, let me just fix that a little bit. So okay, so we do have price right now in the cloud, but I'm expecting, since we have this bullish candle, that this is going to be breaking back out of the cloud again. And so guys, first we're going to need to break this resistance level, which is 1.71667, and then we're going to need to break the 1.73356 level. Now, you can see on the 4-hour chart that we have all the Sanyoku Koten trend signals, and we have a nice structure here on this Kumo cloud. So if we can get this trending again on the lower time frames, I'm going to look to enter a trade and hopefully target up here at this level. So this is, like I said guys, the 1.76771, and from the current price to there is about 565 pips. So we still need some work to do in these lower time frames, but I am expecting price to be in the bullish direction. So keep an eye on this pair, pound CAD. Okay guys, pound Japanese yen on the weekly. Now I'm just expecting this to be a double top here and price to retrace back down this week. And if we look on the daily, you can see that we have the Chico span just overlapping, and we have the Kumo cloud twisting a lot. So this is a ranging market, and we've had this double top here. And so guys, I'm just expecting this to be ranging this week, and most likely I will not be trading this pair. Okay guys, we talked about this pair last week. This is British pound US dollar. And so I have this marked as orange. This is a ranging pair. And now let me explain my reasoning behind that. So you can see on the on the weekly chart, we've gotten support here on Senko span A, which is great. But you can see right now all these wicks up and down, and right now we're just kind of ranging, right? And we have the Chico span tracing the candles, and we have a small Kumo cloud twist here, but this is not really a reliable trend yet. And so on the weekly, to me, this is just a ranging market. And when I look at the daily too, you can see that we have a similar condition. And now I talked about this. I'm going to be doing a video this year about advanced Ichimoku wave theory. But basically right now what we're looking at is that we have a Y wave. So you see how this goes up like that, and this trend line goes like that. So it looks like a Y kind of, right? The letter Y. And so guys, when you have a Y wave like this, it produces a lot of false breakouts. So people think, okay, price is going to close above this resistance level here, the 1.27944 level. And it does. And so people enter trades, but then they get stuck, and then the price reverses very sharply back down in this direction. And so this can be very dangerous if you're trying to trade breakouts. And so you need to recognize when we see a Y wave, that just makes me I just forget about this pair. It could break out. We could get a breakout and retest this level up here, but it's just not worth it's not worth the pain of getting stuck into a Y wave. So that's why I have this marked as a ranging market, and most likely over the next few weeks, I'm just not going to be trying to trade this pair. Okay guys, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen on the weekly. Now, we have a nice bullish trend here. We have price above the Tenkan-sen, the Kijun-sen, and right now we have Tenkan-sen flat. So we need to break this resistance level at 91.520 to confirm the trend on the weekly. But right now the Kijun-sen's pointing up, Senko Span A is up, and the Senko Span B is flat. So overall, this is pretty bullish. And now if I look at the daily chart, you can see that, we have a small Kumo cloud forming here in the bullish direction. We've got the Tenkan-sen up, the Kijun-sen up, and the Senko Span A up. So we're going to need to break this resistance level to kind of get more steam in this cloud and to show us that we have a stronger trend. But if we can get that confirmed in the lower time frames, let's see what the 4-hour looks like. So here, we see the 4-hour cloud is pretty small and flat. So we need to get a stronger trend on the lower time frames. But if we can get that, I'm expecting price to head up to this level here, which is the 94.05. And that's from current price to there right now is about 346 pips. So keep an eye on this pair over the next couple weeks. If we can get the conditions right on the lower time frames, this could be a really good one to trade too. Okay guys, USDCAD on the weekly. I have this marked pink. This is going to be a special one if my thesis is correct here. So just take a look at this. We have an inside bar forming here on the weekly chart. The candles are lighting up according to the indicator, and so I'm expecting this to be an N wave down and to break past this support level here. So that's what I've got drawn. Now let's look on the daily. Okay, so guys, on the daily we had this trend line broken, right? So we had a nice trend line up, we had price break below and then retest it, and so I always like to see that. This is a great setup. We got the candles flashing right now on the daily. So guys, this is really looking good, especially based on my slingshot strategy. And so right now, once I see this condition met, we have the bearish Ichimoku trend signals, we have the death cross, we have Chico span below the candles, we broke the Senko Span B, which is the thick white line, on a nice N wave down, right? And so right now, we've had a nice retracement back up to this support level here, which is now resistance. So guys, if we're going to confirm the trend down bearish direction, this is the perfect time to start looking for the entry. And so we have the right conditions on the daily. Now let's look on the 4-hour chart. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, guys, we have a death cross. We have Chico span almost below the candles. And right now we have the gray rabbit Gan line starting to flash bearish. So right now my eyes are lighting up, right? What we need to see is we need price to break the Kumo cloud on the 4-hour chart, and we need a bearish twist, and we need to see something like this here, right? This is what we want to see going back down in the bearish direction. Now let's see what the 1-hour chart looks like. Look guys, this is a beautiful bearish trend forming right now on the 1-hour chart. So this is looking like a really good setup. Now I have a trade on right now, so I'm not sure if I'm going to take this one yet or not. I'm going to let it play out a little bit, but I'm going to be looking really heavily, and I'm going to be waiting to confirm on the 4-hour the move back down in the bearish direction. But right now, guys, this is looking really good on the 1-hour, and so I would keep my eyes on this pair, USDCAD. And I would say, let me turn my drawings on. So I would say from up here, if we get this N wave back down, and we base it on this Fibonacci extension. Oop. Let me get this. Oh, hold on, sorry guys. I thought I moved this already. So I would be targeting first this one Fibonacci extension level, but we could also look to take profit in this level too, 1.272. And so from the current level, from the current price to the one extension level is 327 pips. And to the 1.272, we got 450 pips. So guys, and then look, we have the next major support level is going to be right here. Let me draw that in. So we have confluence now at the at this one Fibonacci extension level. So guys, this is probably one of the best pairs that we have on the whole chart for this week. So keep an eye on that USDCAD, and let me know if you guys decide to take the trade. Let me know how it goes. Feel free to comment below what pairs you're looking at this week. And yeah, guys, thanks again for liking and subscribing. It really helps me and my family. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay, guys, US dollar, Swiss franc on the weekly. Let's get the drawings on. So I'm expecting this to be an N wave down. Now, we broke this support level here, and now we're coming back up to retest. And it looks like we're starting to get an inside bar forming here. And so we got the gray rabbit gone line nice and bearish in orange here. And so if we look at the daily chart, you can see that we broke this support level. We're up there retesting it right now. If I draw in, hold on, let me draw in something real quick. So if I draw a trend line here, you can see that we're starting to get resisted here. Now I have the Taito Suchi drawn in, so from this bottom to this bottom was about 17 bars. And so I was expecting our Henka-B, or day of change, to happen after 17 bars of retracement. And so you can see that this is pretty much dead on. We always leave for 1 or 2 days, or 1 or 2 bars of difference with these time cycles and Taito Suchi. So if it's 15 bars, that's okay. We will accept that, based on these cycles. And so looks like we're getting the Henka-B here. So you can see that the candles are really small. And so that shows me that price is losing momentum in the bullish direction. And we have this nice bearish Kumo cloud structure, right? And so that's why I'm expecting this to be an N wave back down. And I'm going to be targeting on the Fibonacci extension, the 1.272 level, which is 0.80836. And so from the current level here down to here is 600 pips. So we have about 601 pips. So guys, this could be a really, really good pair to trade in the next week or so. This is pretty much the same as the last pair. It's bullish on the 4 hour, right? But let's see the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is not bearish yet. So it looks like it's starting to turn over. And so we're going to need to confirm the trend on the lower time frames, on the 1 and the 4. And then that's going to give us more evidence that this is going to be heading back in the bearish direction, back in the same trend direction as the higher time frames. And so guys, keep an eye on this one over the next week or so. US dollar, Swiss franc, this could be a really good one. Like we said, around 600 pips of running room. So keep an eye on this one. Okay guys, US dollar, Japanese yen. Thanks again to everybody for liking and subscribing. This one, nothing really going on for me with this one this week. I just have it marked as ranging. It looks like we've had a retracement back up, and we're getting a turning point here. We're getting resisted. So if we look at the daily, price has just broken out of the Kumo cloud, but we still don't have a bullish Kumo cloud twist. And so I'm expecting price to come back down to Senko Span B and to be inside the Kumo cloud this week. So when price is in the daily Kumo cloud, I'm usually not trading it. So yeah, this is for me, guys. This is just ranging this week, and I'm not going to be looking to trade this pair. All right, guys. Now let's hop into the fundamental news this week. Okay, guys. So this is fxstreet.com. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, but make sure you always check the news before you trade, just to make sure that when this news gets released, the market can get rather volatile, rather spiky. So just be careful. Now, I'm going to go through all the high impact stuff this week. So Sunday, we don't really have anything going on. On Monday, January 22nd, we have the Euro German BUBA monthly report. We've got New Zealand dollar business PSI. We've got, for the Japanese yen, Bank of Japan outlook report for quarter 4. We've got Bank of Japan monetary policy statements. And we've got Bank of Japan interest rate decision. So keep an eye on that, guys. Tuesday, January 23rd, we had Bank of Japan press conference. We have the ECB bank lending survey for the euro. For the euro, we also have consumer confidence for January. New Zealand dollar, we have consumer price index for quarter 4. We have Australian dollar Judo Bank manufacturing PMI. We also have Judo Bank services PMI. And we have Judo Bank composite PMI, all for the Australian dollar. We also have Japanese yen imports year over year for December, Japanese yen merchandise trade balance total for December, and Japanese yen exports year over year for December. On Wednesday, January 24th, we have the Euro HCOB composite PMI. We have the HCOB manufacturing PMI, HCOB services PMI, the manufacturing PMI. Yeah, so this is all just duplicates. So basically watch out for the Euro on Wednesday, January 24th. We also have the British Pound releasing S&P Global CIPS manufacturing PMI. And let's see what else. We have also the S&P Global CIPS Services PMI for the British Pound. We have the Canadian Dollar Bank of Canada monetary policy statement also, and the Bank of Canada interest rate decision also on Wednesday, January 24th. We're going to have the US dollar S&P Global Composite PMI for January also on Wednesday. And we are going to have the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI also on Wednesday. So keep an eye on that. We've got also the Canadian Dollar Bank of Canada Monetary Policy Report and the Bank of Canada Press Conference also on Wednesday. Let's see. Thursday, January 25th, we've got the European Central Bank rate on deposit facility. We've got the European Central Bank main refinancing operations rate. And we have the European Central Bank monetary policy statement also coming out. We're also going to have the US dollar gross domestic product annualized for quarter 4 data being released. That's also on Thursday, January 25th. And we're going to have also for the euro, the ECB press conference. For the yen on Thursday, we're going to have the Tokyo Consumer Price Index year over year for January. And we're also going to have Tokyo CPI excluding food and energy year over year for January. And on Friday, guys, the main thing we're going to have something for the euro, the GfK Consumer Confidence Survey for February. And then we're going to have the US dollar Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index month over month for December. And then we're going to also have the Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index year over year for December for the US dollar. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this week's analysis. Let me know what pairs you're trading. Let me know how your trades are going in the comments below. And if you guys have any questions about anything, always feel free to write me. And thanks again for liking and subscribing. And until next week, guys, peace.